Tia's down the one basic die, but I don't think that's too much of a handicap. At least not right now. And she got a nice selection of everything. Next we have David. Lots of money and a couple of plans. Unfortunately, those plans are not on the basic dice, so we can't use the camera. Then we have Cody. Again, no doubles, a little bit of everything. And Prof really should get some tokens. No doubles there. We do have one though, we might keep that. T is here at Millennium Park with David. We want to contain, fortify, and research him down also. She does have enforcement to deal with. Oops. And getting a plan is always a good idea, so we'll take that too. I want David to have some contain, but he didn't roll any. And I want to roll these again, because then I can get double plans if I get one because of the camera. He can already research thanks to the notebooks, which will be good enough to take 2 down on fortuity. So I will just keep one of the plans on the blue die, and then I can use my improvise to change that later to something else. Cody and Prof are at the power plant with fault line, nothing else there, so they're going to need to move and help contain some of this enforcement and other epics. We'll definitely keep that contained because with the flash grenade that'll turn it into a double. And he has the disguise, so he can use the disguise to contain fault line and then move over to the theater and contain the armsman with the double on that one, so we should be okay there. Prof is probably going to move over to the Navy Pier to take care of the enforcement there, so we'll keep that. That way he can use it with his lead the way. And we'll go ahead and keep a plan for him for a later phase since he does have that Nighthawk mobile. I'd really like to roll some double research here with Tia. No luck. Darn it. David, what you got for me? There we go. There's some contain and some research. Very good. Cody's up. A whole bunch of contain, and those are basic contains, which turn those into doubles with his flash grenade. Really, really good roll. Let's get some double plans here, Prof. No such luck. I'll have Tia keep that enforcement attack. That'll give her 2, and David's there. He has 1 that he just rolled that we can keep, and that'll allow us to take care of all 3 enforcement ourselves, but we do need to research fortuity down. I don't think I'm going to attack him, so I'll wait and see what I get when I re-roll those 3. We'll keep that double contain. We'll keep that. That'll take care of our enforcement. And we'll keep our research, and that'll be enough to research fortuity because he also has the notebooks. And should I keep that single contain? Yeah, I think I will. I'll keep all of those, and David will be done rolling. He won't need to do a 3rd roll. Cody is really set with the contain. I don't really need that double enforcement because Prof is going to move and take care of the Navy Pier. Fortuity over at Millennium Park, his 3 enforcement will be taken care of by Tia and David. We do have an enforcement at the Loop and one at the New Chicago Theater. But I could turn that into 2 more contain because of my gravitonics. So I think I will keep it. And again, these can be used for either or. Yeah, I'll keep all these. And this one too. Then I can research fault line down a little bit. I think I'll have Cody drop his sniper over at the theater, so Prof will have him after he goes and takes care of, or before he goes and takes care of the Navy Pier, we can have him swing by there and take out 1 enforcement there. And I'm going to re-roll these to hopefully get some double plan tokens. Tia will roll for her 3rd. And a whole bunch of enforcement. That's not very good. But we can use those to knock out some barricades. David and Cody were already done rolling, so all we have is Prof. No luck on those doubles. Darn it. I'll start out with David. will use 2 of his research and his notebook to give me 2 more research, and I'm going to use all of that at Millennium Park, and that'll be enough to take Fortuity to his weakened state and 4 health. Also at Millennium Park, I'll have Tia contain Fortuity, and then I'll have her take out all 3 of the enforcement. So he's contained now, down to his lowest ability, and all the enforcement are gone. Cody will use the disguise to contain Faultline, taking her down to just 1 ability. I will have him take his sniper token and place it at Nukago Theater with the armsman. Use 1 of his basic contain, and the flash grenade will turn that into a double. Now keep the armsman under control. I will also have him use his research to learn a little bit more about Faultline. I will also turn this symbol into an attack enforcement and use it where my token is at the theater. I will use that to move from the power plant to the loop, use a containment, and I will use a token as attack enforcement. The containment will help me with Powerhouse, and the attack enforcement will take care of him. I will have Prof use 2 research, and that will be all of the research for Faultline, weakening her to her health level of 4. I will use a plan token on the Nighthawk mobile and create 3 epic attacks and use a 4th epic attack, and that'll be enough to take care of Faultline completely. T will spend a die to remove a barricade, and she'll remove the one at the pier, and that will clear the path for Prof to use 1 die to move over to the Navy pier and activate Lead the Way, taking out 3 enforcement from the power plant to the pier, taking them out. Cody will use a die to remove that remaining barricade at Millennium Park, allowing David to use a die to move and spend 2 contain, moving from the park to the pier and using 2 contain on Steelheart. I'll drop his red track down too. We'll have David use his improvise to change a die. And we'll change that to a basic plan. That way his camera will turn that into 2 for him. I'll have Prof use a token to contain Firefight. That way he doesn't do any damage to the population. T is going to launch some grenades over to Powerhouse, reducing his health 2 more down to 3. Since David's going to get some more tokens, I'll have him use 1 to research Steelheart, dropping his research value down to 10. Tia will use her operations to grant a token to David, and he will immediately use that token again to research Steelheart, dropping him down to 9. We're now into single digits. Prof will gain himself a token for later use. David will gain 2 because of the camera, 3 total for later use. And Tia will gain herself 1 for later also. We'll gain our reward for Faultline, which will be 3 more research on Steelheart and $3 to spend. Getting closer to making him weakened to where we can hit him. We're down to 6. And we now have 3 to spend. Definitely purchasing the garbage truck for 2. That'll take us down to 1. And then we have the fuel cells, which I believe turns any double into a triple. That's a really good one also. The garbage truck, once per turn, we can eliminate a barricade and or move. We can do one or the other or both. And I'll give the garbage truck to Cody, which will effectively put him in 3 places at a time, because he can start at 1, put a sniper token in 1, and then move to another one with the garbage truck and knock a barricade out of the way. Before we activate epics, we need a new one at the power plant. File number 5-001. Snowfall. Name, Amy Carp. Description, pale skin, stark white hair. Outfit always proper and clean, never a thread out of place. History before Calamity. Snowfall and her companions seemed like trouble before Calamity ever made them epics. In college, she was a psychology major, and eventually went into business, forming Sable Corporation in Sacramento. After becoming a successful CEO, she hired Armsman number 0-001 for a time, likely due to their connection in college. See entry 5-001.Bravo, Arizona State University Registrar. Classification: High Epic. Class 5 Annihilator, Unique. Bioenhancer, Regeneration, Class Unknown. Current status: Active. Head of Sacramento Triumvirate. While technically both Lightning, number 5-002, and Kingmaker, number 5-005, are equal partners with Snowfall, it's her company that realistically controls the city and all its assets. Known suspected abilities. Snowfall turns living flesh into suds by focusing her attention on it, usually people. They kind of pop when she stares at them too long, nothing left but a puddle. She also has a powerful, if inconsistent, healing ability. It is likely, though unproven, that her healing capacity has to do with how many people she has killed lately. Snowfall disguises this by going on security raids in the city on a regular basis. Known suspected weaknesses. The longer Snowfall goes without killing, the weaker her regenerative abilities become. Surprise attacks that Snowfall and her allies aren't expecting have actually left her with real injuries for a short time. See entry 5-001.Uniform. News: Big 4 building destroyed by interlopers. But before pitched battles, she always goes on raids in the city to build up healing power. If a team, like the Reckoners, could interfere with her raids somehow for a couple weeks maybe, they could weaken her substantially. As for her death gaze, well, still working. Note: more research into death points, number 002, passed before the bank incident might give a clue about her killing power. Known associations. Snowfall has a complicated relationship with Lightning, number 5-002, and Armsman, number 0-001, because of their past. Likely because of something to do with the death of Gary Hartman, see entry 5-001.Bravo, Sacramento Triumvirate Breakdown, which all three were involved in. As well, whatever hold she had on Kingmaker, number 5-005, is weakening quickly. She fortifies twice, and she starts with 2 research and infinite health. We'll start with epics at Firefight. He's going to increase the red track 1 and get 1 stronger, bumping the track up 1. Powerhouse is going to bump the red up 1 and get 1 stronger. So we're going to have a lot of enforcement to deal with again, but we handled them quite well this last phase. The Armsman adds enforcement and will get 2 stronger. Snowfall will fortify twice, which means her research is now 4, and we have to contain that because if she does that twice again, she's going to start taking away from the population because she'll go beyond the research track, and she will get 1 stronger. Fortuity, he will fortify his health. His research won't come back on. Once it's reduced to 0, it stays at 0. And he will get 1 stronger. That brings us to activating Steelheart, who will drop the population by 2, bringing it down to 22, almost to the halfway point. He will attack the Reckoner's base for 1. And we're at the top, so we're in no immediate threat of losing another die. But we will have 7 enforcement come out. That will place 3 at the Navy Pier, 3 at the Loop, and 1 more at the Theater. Now there's 2 there with the Armsman. And finally, he's going to drop 2 more barricades in our way. 1 at the Pier, 1 at the Loop, and Steelheart will move 3. And that will take him from the Pier all the way to the power plant with Snowfall. We're getting close. Steelheart is here at the power plant by himself. So we'll need to move there and do some research on him. Maybe take out Powerhouse up here That'll grant us 3 research. We only need to do 6 more, and then we can make Steelheart vulnerable finally, and shift our focus over to attacking him, while of course containing all the epics within the city. I think we're set up pretty good, but we have to roll good and take care of all the obstacles that stand in our way with the enforcement and the barricades also.